Good morning, children. This is Hemlata. Welcome to class 7 IIT physics class. Children, so what we are doing, we are discussing the Newton's laws of motion. Very important, famous Newton's laws of motion. Okay, now we already completed Newton's first law of motion, and now we are going to start Newton's second law of motion. Before Newton's second law of motion, in the previous class, we discussed about the momentum, linear momentum. Product of mass and velocity of a body is linear momentum. Then change in momentum and rate of change of momentum. We discussed. Okay, now children. So once again, I will tell you, children, you have to watch the video till end. That also minimum 2 to 3 times. Then only you can understand these classes. Okay, children. So today's topic. Today we are going to discuss Newton's second law of motion, that is F equal to ma. Okay. So what is this? The Newton's second law of motion is a quantitative definition of force. Okay. So let's start today's class. Okay. So children, you can see on your screen Newton's second law of motion. Newton's second law of motion is force F is equal to ma. It's a relation between force, mass and acceleration. Okay. So children, whenever you apply force on any body, what happens? Of course, its velocity changes. Is it? When a body is in rest, you apply force on the body, it comes in motion. Or if the body is in motion, you apply force, then its velocity can increase or decrease. That depends upon the direction, in which direction you applied force. Suppose the body in which direction it is moving, the same direction when you will apply force, of course its velocity will increase. But if you will apply force from the opposite direction, that also very little force, of course its velocity will decrease and at last it will stop. Is it no? So force is what? Force is a factor which changes the velocity of the body when it is applied on it. Okay. It means force produces acceleration in the body. Acceleration is what? Rate of change of velocity. Okay, what is acceleration? Rate of change of velocity of the body with time. How the body is changing its velocity with time, that is called acceleration. So when you are applying force on a body, its velocity changes. It means what? Force produces acceleration in the body. So Newton's first law of motion defines the force only qualitatively. This thing you have to remember, qualitatively. Newton's first law only define the qualitative force. Okay, qualitative definition of force. It means, what is Newton's first law of motion? If a body is in rest, it continues in rest. Or if a body is in motion, it continues in motion unless an external force is not applied to stop a moving body or bring a resting body in motion. Okay, it means what? According to Newton's first law of motion, force, okay, is the cause of acceleration. Force is what? It is cause of acceleration. Acceleration is produced in the body. And what is the reason of producing acceleration in the body? Force. So force is a cause of acceleration. That is what? Newton's first law of motion. But in the Newton's second law of motion, Newton's second law of motion is a quantitative value of force, quantitative definition of force. It brings the relation of force, mass and acceleration. How to measure force? So force relates the measurable quantities like acceleration and mass with force. Clear? So this is what Newton's second law of motion. Clear, children? Now you can see first case. You see, this is a tennis ball, small tennis ball. How much force is applied? F1 force is applied on the tennis ball. It moves with a velocity v1 and produces acceleration a1. Okay, so when you applied F1 force, this much path it moved. Okay, that with what velocity? v1 velocity. Next, suppose when you apply F2 force, okay, it moves with velocity v2, produces acceleration a2. Its velocity is like this. Here the difference is in the force. How much force? F2 force is more than F1. F2 force, when you apply more force on the body, then what happened? Body, okay, V2 is greater than V1, A2 is greater than A1. When you will apply more force on the body, it will move with more velocity, produces more acceleration. Okay, so in these two cases, what I want to explain you, this is a tennis ball, same mass, but less force if you will apply on the body, with less velocity only it will move and less acceleration only it will produce. We know if you will apply force, then its velocity changes, produces acceleration. So if less force you will apply, less velocity means little velocity will change, increase and produces little acceleration. But that only if you will more force you will apply on the body, its velocity change also will be more. Acceleration produce also will be more. So F2 is greater than F1. That's why acceleration produce is also more. A2 is greater than A1. Velocity change is also more. V2 is greater than V1. Okay. Very simple common thing this one. A body is there. Little force if you will apply, little distance only it will move. Little velocity only will change. Little acceleration only will be produced. But if you will apply more force, more velocity will change, more acceleration will be produced, more distance it will displaced. Okay, now children, understood now first example? Now second example is what? A tennis ball, a football. Two types of ball, a tennis ball and a football. Of course, M2 second body, football mass is more than first body. M2 is greater than M1. Football mass is M2, tennis ball mass is M1. Second body is more heavy than first body. Okay, so now here you have to apply some force on both the bodies. Let F1 force is applied on tennis ball and F2 force is applied on football. But both should be, when you will apply force, of course velocity change will be there. Okay, the velocity should be same. You are applying force, but velocity should be same. Acceleration produced should be same. How is it possible? You are applying force, but you have to apply such type of force so that the velocity should be same on of both. Acceleration produced is also same for both. So this time what you have to do, you on the football you have to apply more force compared to the what? Tennis ball. F2 should be more than F1. You must apply more force on football and less force on tennis ball. Okay, then only velocity will be same for both. Acceleration produced also same for both. Clear, children? Understood? Next is, on the basis of his experiments, Newton's conclusion. Okay. So Newton's conclusion is what? First is, Acceleration produced in a body of given mass is directly proportional to the force applied on it. How much acceleration? Of course, we know whenever you will apply force on a body, acceleration will be produced. How much acceleration is produced? The acceleration produced in the body will be directly depend upon force applied on the body. If you will apply more force, more acceleration will be produced. If you will apply less force, less acceleration will be produced. But reason is what? Mass remains constant. Mass should be constant. Then only force will be directly depend upon acceleration. So here you can see the graph showing the variation of acceleration with force. This is a y-axis. On y-axis acceleration, on x-axis force, and here what? Mass is constant, and we got a straight line. This straight line shows that how acceleration is directly depend upon force, where mass is constant. Remember, mass is constant, acceleration directly depend upon force. How much more force you will apply, more acceleration will be produced. Clear? Now this is second one. The force needed to produce a given acceleration in a body is directly proportional to the mass of the body. Okay, so if acceleration remains constant, in the second case here, if acceleration is constant, the force required to produce acceleration in the body depend upon mass of the body. More mass, more force is required. Now only we saw the second example. Mass of the football is more than the mass of tennis ball. So more mass required more force. You have to apply more force on football. F2 is more than F1. Is it not? Here see. F2 is more than F1. On the football you have to apply more force than on the tennis ball. Reason, the mass of football is more than the mass of tennis ball. Got it? So if acceleration is constant, the force required to produce acceleration in a body is directly depend upon mass. More mass, more force is required. Less mass, less force is required. Acceleration is constant. So these two results, when we combine, first result is what? F directly depend upon A, and second is F directly depend on M. Both when we combine, we will get F directly depend on mass and acceleration both. Now here directly proportionality sign, when we remove, we have to give some constant. So we have given constant K. So we can write F is equal to K into MA. So K is a constant. So unit force is so chosen is K is equal to 1. If K is 1, when mass M is 1 and A is 1, then force produced is also unit force. Okay, a unit mass produce a unit acceleration in the body is taken as unit force. All will be unit. Okay, unit mass, unit acceleration, and force also unit. Okay, so F is equal to MA. Force equal to mass into acceleration. This is a mathematical form of Newton's second law of motion. Clear, children? So this is what Newton's second law of motion today we derived. Okay, I hope you are understanding the class. Your work is same today what we discussed in the class. That things only I will give as a reading work. You have to read and you have to practice this Newton's second law of motion 2 times once again in your notes. Okay, you have to derive this mathematical form of Newton's second law of motion. F equal to ma. We already discussed the graphs also. You have to practice that one. Very, very important. Clear, children? So this is for today. Thanks for watching.